Gonna go live, but I was gonna do a video anyways, and we were gonna announce the winner for the Staccato. So between needing a video for the teachers and announcing the winner for the Staccato, I'm like, fuck it, let's just do it all together. Um, so I don't have everything kind of super set up, but it's all right. I'm assuming most humans are not going to watch it live just because I didn't tell anybody. I didn't warn anybody. I just said I was going to do it about 7ish, and I am going to announce the winner for the Staccato. However, first I want to have a conversation about something that came up a while ago. Kyle from LT Arms, he sent me a text message, and he asked about teachers carrying in schools, and we had a brief conversation. I told him, "Yep, that's a thing." He's like, "I don't think enough people know that teachers can actually carry guns here in the state of Colorado." And so I kind of want to go through the law about what allows teachers to carry, and how teachers can carry guns here in the state of Colorado. So this is not a regular podcast. This is not a regular kind of show, but instead of making a completely separate video, I'm just going to do it with the announcement of the winner. I did the video for the winner. I picked the name and all that shit, so I already know who the winner is. But I'll show you the video, and I'll show you the thing towards the end of this. I want to make sure that the one person who is watching sticks around. Is probably my wife. So you better stick around to find out who the winner is, wife. But at any rate, in the state of Colorado, yes, teachers can in fact carry. It's a weird thing here in the state of Colorado. Let's bring up the law here in the state of Colorado, because that's the easy answer. That's the yes, they can do it. But let's bring it up. Let's go to LexisNexis. If you don't know, that is the official source here in the state of Colorado. Obviously, we're talking about for here in the state of Colorado. In many states, this is also true, but in some states, obviously, it's not. So I'm going to bring this up. Let me share my screen so you guys know the process. Excuse me. Boom, perfect. So if we go to 18, and then if we go down to 12, offenses relating to firearms and weapons, and then we go to 2, 18, 12, 2, 14 is where historically it's always been for the teacher stuff. Again, it's a bit complex. It's not as easy as saying yes. It's not as easy as saying no. So it is a little complex, but if we continue on, authority granted by carrying restrictions, local authority. And right about here, it says in 3, subsection 3, boom, right here. A permit issued pursuant to this does not authorize a person to carry a concealed handgun onto the real property or into an improvement erected thereon of a public elementary, middle, junior high, high school, except that a permittee may have a handgun on the real property of the public school so long as the handgun remains in the vehicle. And if the permittee leaves the vehicle unattended, the permittee stores a firearm pursuant to 1812-114.5. B, a permittee who's employed or retained by contract by a school district or charter as a school security officer may carry concealed handgun onto the real property or into any improvement erected thereon of a public elementary, middle, junior high, or high school while the permittee is on duty. A permittee may carry concealed handgun on undeveloped real property. That has nothing to do with it. So a lot of teachers would kind of go off of this, the B. Now I get it; they're not security officers, but it's an easy designation by the school board. Um, the conversation is largely around the school board approving and making it so that if you do have the permit and whatever, right? Every school board is going to be a little bit different. If you look for a specific law that says teachers carrying, let's go back to the front. if you look for a specific law, and if we use the search bar, if we go to teacher firearm, um, there's never really been a this is for mortgages, teachers, the controversy removing certain ZAB, binary claim seeking and declaration as a matter of law, the word firearm. Um, this is not related to that. Firearms training and safety course record system. This is not, again, it's looking up the word firearm. This is for and it was repealed. This was repealed. So what I'm trying to get at is that you really won't find a law, and I encourage you guys to do it. If you look at the combination of teacher and firearm, or teacher and handgun, do teacher handgun, there really isn't anything that says specifically 100% in the law that says teachers cannot carry handguns, and it doesn't say teachers can in fact carry handguns. So it's always that complex thing of hand pink waving. I like the that you try and use emojis and the emojis don't come through in the chat. It's super weird. But the pink hand is waving. Woo! But again, there's nothing in the law that says that teachers cannot carry. There's nothing in the law that says specifically that teachers can carry. So it's more of that. We've talked about this before. I believe we talked about this as far as it being called the positive law theory, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what we talked about in a podcast with Isaac. The positive law theory. If I'm getting this correctly, there is a legal theory about this. There is. I just can't remember exactly what it's called. I think it is the positive law theory, is this idea that if the law doesn't talk about it and it leaves room for it, the benefit of the doubt goes to you, the citizen, because it's not spoken about. This is the same thing in the state of Colorado. There's nothing in the law that says you have to notify an officer that you're carrying a gun. So it just doesn't exist one way or another. It doesn't exist. So the benefit of doubt goes to you, the citizen. So you don't have to notify the officer. It's not because the law says you don't have to. It's simply because it doesn't get addressed in any way, shape, or form. So that's kind of what we're working on with here. And I encourage you guys to obviously look it up and talk to your attorneys about this stuff. But if you look for anything school related, if you look for anything teacher related, more specifically, I'm sorry, if you look for anything teacher related, you really won't find anything that is very specific about teachers carrying handguns into the school. The only thing you'll find is, again, in subsection 3, a permittee who's employed or retained by contract by a school district or charter school as a school security officer may carry concealed handgun onto the real property. And a lot of them would just go off of that. It doesn't prohibit, and it doesn't allow it all at the same time. So it really is up to each individual school district. It is up to each individual school board, and however they do it is obviously going to be drastically different. It just doesn't exist at a state level. It just simply does not exist. So I know there's not much more to talk about in regards to that, but highly encourage you guys to look this up. Highly encourage you guys to look at the annotations as well. We talk about this a lot, but going, oh fuck, there ain't much of annotations. I mean, it's just institution of higher education not exempt. That sucks. Not exempt. That's actually a positive. Not exempt from the express authorization of permittees to carry concealed handguns in all areas of the state. That's actually a good one. So you would always look for the annotations, but there is no annotations about this stuff. Here in the state of Colorado, there is a program that exists. It's called Faster. I will not talk about whether or not I like their training or what I think about their training, because it's not a review about their training. We could probably do that some other time. But there is a program called Faster, Faster, Faster Colorado. and it's a program that's designed to train teachers, and they do it for free. Laura Carno is the one that runs that organization. She's been running it for quite some time, and this organization that's what they do is they instruct teachers on how to carry guns properly, or responsibly, or prepared for self-defense scenarios. And the mission is a mission that is a good one. Again, I'm gonna withhold for this video my review of their training, but yeah, Colorado does allow teachers to carry, more so because it doesn't talk about it. Now, the big problem with that is it does leave it to the school boards to decide whether or not. So it's up to each individual district to make that decision. So um not sure how much more I can add to it other than this. Um I kind of want to make it a little dramatic for the winner, because I do want to pick a winner for the Staccato. So I'm gonna do that right now. Now again, I did already pick the winner. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. The winner has already been picked. I'm gonna go here, and I used the help of my homie Chat GPT. Boom, right here, Chat GPT. So before I get to the winner, my conversation with ChatGPT about selecting a winner, and I was hesitant. I actually did a few mock trials with fake names and all that shit to see how awesomely it would do, and it did okay. It did fine. Nothing weird, nothing that I would be concerned about. It's really no different than random.org. It's but here are the glitches with this stuff. I'm gonna just show you who the fucking winner is, and then I'll show you the video how it all came about for those of you guys, because some of you guys are I guess I understand it. Some of you guys are like, oh fucking let's bitch about how I didn't win, so I'm gonna try and find every little thing to complain about. Again, I guess I get it to a certain degree, but anyways, so I started off with. I hope you didn't see the name already. I placed the spreadsheet. I placed the spreadsheet. I merged some contacts. I merged the people who are members and the people who did it through the fundraisers. By the way, we have some fundraisers still going on. I'm going to add a couple more guns, but you can't win the Staccato anymore. So let me see. Win a gun. There, I'll change it to that. I can't win the Staccato anymore. But gfenational.com/fundraisers, you'll be able to find a few other guns. The 509C is another one that people are kind of excited about right now. The 509C, I posted a picture about that. So you guys can go check that shit out. But at any rate, I merged all of that stuff and I put it in a list here. And you guys, for the future, tell me how you guys want recommendations. Put them all together or separate the names. We've done them all of the ways, and I think you kind of get fucked regardless. The benefit of having them all together, like here for the multiple entries, is if for say Brittany, right? So if we look at we just had Brittany, was it right there? If it's 58, then Brittany gets it, and obviously, but I don't know. I don't think there's an awesome way to do it. But anyways, I uploaded the fucking list, and I gave it the prompt, can you pick a random name from this list? And it says I can't, but I need the list first, and it fucking makes a smiley face, fucking asshole, and it tells me what to do. And like, I already gave you the fucking list. This is why when you guys are using ChatGPT, double check shit. I did double check, make sure that the list was complete and all that stuff. So I made sure of that. But anyways, it picked a name and said fair enough, and there is the winner. There is the winner that it picked. Stacy Miller is the winner. And again, I am going to post the video just so you guys know what the whole process is. But with this, I can't change much. I can't do much. It is what it is. I can't change their decisions. I can't change what they did. I can delete my prompts, but I can't their stuff. I can't do it. So good enough for now. But I do have the video for those of you guys that want to watch exactly how it went live. I'm going to post it up directly after this. Once I say bye and all that shit, I'll post it up. Some of you guys seen the name, and I seen half of the 10 people already drop off. So some of you guys are pissed off already. At any rate, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for helping out. Again, we are a 501c3. The way we exist is through your guys' donations. Without your donations, we can't continue the work, the mission, which is providing free firearms education. Yes, a big portion of it has been the concealed carry classes. It's silly that you have to buy your rights back. So that's a way that we help out. And then not everybody can afford to take classes and all that stuff. So this is a good way for us to kind of teach humans about that. And then we also have suicide prevention programs and just all around ways to classes and instructions on how to reduce negative outcomes with firearms. We got two major programs coming out. The very first one, it's called SAFE, Suicide Awareness in Firearms Education. And this is teaching the instructors how to have a more meaningful conversation around suicide prevention inside of the classroom. Unfortunately, there's a lot of instructors who get forced into this by laws, and a lot of instructors don't necessarily want to, not because they don't want to help prevent it. It's just maybe they don't know how. So we create a curriculum, we create a way for instructors to come and have the resources. And this is done with counselors. It's not just Isaac and myself doing it. We are involved with that process, but it's actually clinicians having these conversations. So it's connecting instructors with clinicians so that they can have a better conversation around suicide prevention. And then another program that is coming out real soon with us is basically, we don't have I don't have a name for it just yet, but it's a program where we are taking teenagers and educating them on how to properly carry guns. There's a lot, whether we like it or not, there's a lot of teenagers taking guns into schools, and it's an uphill battle. I get it. This is not a very popular program, but the idea is, if there are kids, if we are to believe the stats, if we are to believe the studies, there are a number of kids carrying guns to school just for protection. A lot of them are simply for protection, not to commit crimes, not to commit. And I get it. Some of you guys are like, well, carrying a gun by a teenager is already a crime. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about arbitrary fucking bullshit. I'm talking about they don't want to hurt anybody. They're carrying a gun because they're afraid somebody's going to hurt them. And our job isn't to be their parent, but our job is to maybe hopefully teach them how to be responsible when they are carrying a gun so that they don't hurt themselves, they don't hurt other people. There's been plenty of circumstances where these kids get guns, maybe not necessarily a legal way, and they have the gun. Parents didn't know about it. A sibling got a hold of the gun, shot themselves, shot somebody else, and that's a problem. So that's what we want to do is educate these humans, not lecture them, not try and be their parent. But hey, it sucks that you feel like you need to carry a gun. Hopefully, we find a solution for that. I'm not encouraging you to carry a gun, but at the same time, if you are, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. I know it's pretty controversial. And a lot of humans don't like to hear that shit, but it's one of those things where it happens whether you like it or not. So, at any rate, here is let me. Where the fuck did that video go? I'm gonna find the video for you guys. I think it's in. It's a screenshot, and I forget where those go. Oh, screen recordings. There we go. Yay. All right. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for all that shit. Thanks for those of you guys who participated in the Staccato giveaway. Super duper appreciate it. I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, but we fucking lost our asses on that. Essentially, it was a human who said, "Hey, I need to get a certain amount of money for this gun. It's not the retail price. It was nowhere near the $3,000. I think it's what it retails for. Nowhere fucking near that. Not even fucking close to that. So it could have been worse. It could have been worse. But this human says, never shot it, brand new. Here it is. Unfortunately, do need to get a certain amount. I thought people were going to get excited about the Staccato. Unfortunately, we lost money off of this fundraiser. We made no fucking money whatsoever. We lost money off of this fundraiser, and that's unfortunate. But I'm always appreciative to those of you guys that participate in this stuff. So hope you share it. The 509c is I made a video of it. That one I do have. That one's in my safe. So hopefully you share the video so that other people can participate in it. For the 509c, what we're going to do for those of you guys that did not win, we're going to take your names and then we're going to add you to the 509c drawing. You're going to get one entry for that one. You're going to get one entry for that one. So for those of you guys that didn't win for the 509, for the Staccato, I'm sorry, just as a kind of thank you, we're going to give you one entry for the 509c. So it's not a complete loss for you guys, but at any rate, I appreciate you guys. Here is the video, and have a good one. Have a good one.